that position, I can do that pelvic tilt again. Yeah, and that's training my left glute. So it's just taking that right leg out of the equation. So my right leg cannot help with it. Yeah. So, and then in that position as well with the straighter front knee, you can do hip flexion, which is really training my left hip extensor control. Yeah, good. And then from there I can get rid of the chair and do holding that leg back and then doing hip flexion, and that will get that left glute going quite well. So that's extending that further. And then red, yeah, so up around and good. So now that's even harder. So I can then work into that position again as well. And that's working this one and that one harder. And then you can see there she's dropping right into full hip flexion and coming up. So controlling the pelvis and coming in. You could come into lumbar flexion, or you could get your lumbar extended and go into more hip flexion. Yeah, depending on what you wanted to train there. So you might want to train lumbar flexion, or you might want to train hip flexion, hip extension. Yeah, depending on the patient in front of you. Good. And it gets better. Good. Stand on. Should I stand on?
Hold it against the wall.
Let's go clean.
Too tall.
Yeah, so go into that position again. So I'm training the right one there. Yeah, and then you can go, instead of going, soft. Yeah, through my balance. Instead of going forward into hip flexion, I can now go down. But having that hip leg behind me makes it a harder exercise. You can't do that on here. So I can't do that here because that leg hits the ground. So having me in this position, so much harder on there. Stable. Leg behind you, so you put the other one in hip extension, and then you go down and back up again. And that's working reasonably hard. Step down basically. Yeah. Good. And I've already shown you the two on the right. So there they are. Have some fun.